Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and it's been a while. So, it has been a hot minute since I have made a video. So I am back to give you some updates and let you know what the future of my channel is going to be. So I think that the last time that I posted a video was in the beginning of June. So let me give you a rundown of what's happened in my life since then. So in June, I told you guys that I would be moving at the end of June. Well, I had a whole plan to have videos all throughout June, and then I figured that I would maybe have 2 weeks off from posting videos while we moved into our new house, and then I would be back. That obviously didn't happen. So the housing market was crazy and my family wasn't able to find a house, and so we had to be out of our old house because the owners were selling it and the new owners were coming to move in, but we didn't have a house to move into. So we had to be out by the end of June. So we ended up packing all of our stuff into storage units. All of our furniture, every single thing we owned was packed into 2 giant storage units, while my mom and I went to live at my grandfather's house and my dad lived at his office. My brother was at college, so he wasn't really affected, but he was at college, and then my mom and I had to go live at my grandfather's house. So we ended up only having to live at my grandfather's house for about 3 weeks before we found a house that we were able to move into, and we were able to move in the beginning of July. About the second week in July is when we moved in. So for the first week of July, first 2 weeks of July, I guess, and the last week and a half of June, me and my mom lived at my grandfather's house. So obviously I couldn't film there. We didn't have internet for a lot of it. I had planned to pre-film a whole bunch of videos and bulk film a whole bunch so that I would be able to have some to post while I was living at my grandfather's house. But about 2 weeks before we were supposed to move out of our old house, our internet broke. So for the whole last 2 weeks while we were packing everything up, we had no internet. So that crushed my plans to be able to bulk film and have some videos filmed to post while I was at my grandfather's house. Then I couldn't post while we were at my grandfather's house. Okay, so now we get to the second week in July and we've moved into our new house, and I was all excited. I was like, okay, I can finally get back. I can film again. Nope, I couldn't. My computer broke. So my computer decided it no longer wanted to connect to the internet. The Wi-Fi card in it broke. So now the only way I can use my computer is like as a desktop if it's hooked up to an Ethernet cable, which is hooked up straight to our router to the internet. The Wi-Fi doesn't work on my computer anymore, and it took me a while to figure out a way to use it in my room because our router is downstairs. So it took me a while to be able to figure out how to have it in my room and be able to make videos, because I can't make videos if I can't upload. I wasn't gonna make videos if I couldn't upload them, edit them, that kind of thing. You need Wi-Fi for that. So now that took about another week and a half, 2 weeks. So now you got end of July. Now it's August. The summer is almost gone. My whole family is exhausted, and we had a bunch of plans in August for family things and familial like obligations that we had to go to, and we needed to finish unpacking because, okay, we'd moved into our house, but I mean, we've lived here for a month and a half now, and I still am not fully unpacked. So it's been crazy, but I think I'm ready now to get back for September. So I just wanted to let you guys know that like brief summary of what's been going on and why I haven't been filming. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is something that you might have probably already noticed. I changed the name of the channel. This channel used to be called Victoria's Bookish Loves, and when I made my channel, I knew that I wanted to make a booktube channel, but I didn't really know what to call it. I am not the most creative person, and I was trying to come up with different things, and I knew I wanted to have my name in it, and I knew I wanted it to have something along reads, books, that kind of thing. So I just kind of went with what it was, but I never really loved it. So I also, when I was making it, didn't want to limit myself to say, oh, I just read romance. But I only read romance. I have read almost 300 books this year, and 298 of them have been romance. So there is no reason for me not to put romance in the name of the channel. I am proud to read romance, and I want people to know that I'm proud to read romance and that it is my favorite genre. It is my genre that I read. So I wanted to announce it proudly in my name of my channel. So we came up with Victoria's Romance Reads. So that is my new channel. It has been changed on Instagram and Discord and every other platform that I use for like book things. Goodreads, all the links down in my description box have been changed to reflect my new name so that it's pretty equal across all platforms. So that is the second big update. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is what I want to do with my channel, or what I hope to have going forward now that I'm back to filming. I am working and still have a lot going on with moving and with life. I have been dealing with health problems also, so I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many videos per week, and I don't want to have them too close together so that I feel rushed. But I do want to have videos go up on specific days so that I am able to plan better. I'm a very organized person, and I need to know when I'm having videos uploaded, when I want to have videos uploaded, in order to actually make sure that I'm following my own plan. So going forward, for right now, for September, I have fully plotted out videos planned and everything of what I want to do. I'm going to have videos go up on Mondays and Thursdays. I wanted to have 2 videos a week. One just didn't seem like enough for me. I wanted to do more than 1, but 3 was a lot. So 2 felt perfect, and I chose Monday and Thursday because it gives me at least 2 days between if I am rushing, or like if something has made me get held up with editing and I had a busy week and I didn't get to edit, I have an extra day, rather than if it was Tuesday, Thursday, and I have to have like the next day, have to have it edited. So I'm hoping to have that schedule be stuck to. Mondays and Thursday mornings is when my videos will come out. So I hope that works with you. The last thing that I wanted to talk about for the future of the channel is that when I was making my videos previously, I hate making recent reads and I hate making wrap-ups. I hate them. They're the worst videos to film, and I just feel so bored because I don't feel like they're interesting enough to watch, because a lot of the times I don't have a lot to say about a book that I read. There are some that I want to talk for so long about, and then there's some that I'm like, okay, that I read this, it was okay. I don't really have a thought process on it. So what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to have in the middle of a month and at the beginning of the next month. So for September, it'll be in the 16th of September is when I think it's my mid-month one is gonna go up. And then in the beginning of October, I'm going to have my mid-month like thoughts, where I will not necessarily talk about every single book that I've read in the half of the month, but the ones that I think that I want to share. And that isn't just going to be like favorites. Could also be ones that I didn't really like, or ones that had a specific element in it, or a specific trope in it, or specific something in it that I want to talk about, that I have something to say about, or that I want to recommend, or that I think is different. And sometimes that could be every single book that I read in the first half of the month, or the half of the month that I'm talking about, but sometimes it could only be 5. And I feel like that is going to be a much more interesting video to watch and to film, because I'll actually have things to say about these books that I'm talking about. So I hope that you'll like those. That's what we're going to do for September and maybe October, just to try it out for 2 months. And if I don't like it, or you guys don't like it, then I can always come up with a different idea. Go back to doing recent reads, or just one wrap up at the end of the month. But that's what we're going to try for now, just to make it more interesting to watch and more interesting to make and more fun. So other than that, the only other thing that I wanted to say was just bear with me while I'm doing these changes and trying to make it more of a functional channel, because when I first made it, I didn't really plan it out. It was just, I was bored during the pandemic and was like, that looks fun. I love watching BookTube. I think I could do that. But I actually really enjoyed making the videos, so I want to make them worthy of watching and make them exciting and fun. So I have some interesting ideas planned. I am much more organized now. As I said before, I'm a super organized person, but I went into this like super unorganized. So I am much more interesting now. I bought myself a plot bullet journal, and it's entirely just filled with my YouTube. It's separate from my other like book journals where I'm like talking about what I've read. This has a, you can do a little sneak peek, this has a actual plotted out calendar with each video that I'm gonna make, and then it has separate plots for the different videos, so that I have my notes in front of me, more planned out. My videos will be much more easy to film, easy to edit, and more enjoyable to watch when I actually know what I'm going to say, rather than just sitting up there and being like, I feel like talking about books today. So that was all. So I'll see you on Monday.